Hello, everyone. We're going to welcome you to another version of the Coach Farrington Show. Coach, how are you this morning?
Great. Good to see you.
Coach, I was sitting at home watching this game. I had done everything I was supposed to do, had finished the honey-do list, and had the game up on the computer. And I got there a little late. I got there right before halftime, and I'm thinking, man, we got these guys 31-21, and they're probably – Carson Newman is probably the second best team in the SAC. Lenore Lion being the number one team, and we went up there and we played our guts out. I mean, we gave them all they wanted and a lot more for homecoming. A lot of times you want to serve up a sacrificial lamb for homecoming, and they got everything what they want. They got a roaring lion to come into town at Carson Newman. We were up at one point in the game. We were up 28-7, and then right before halftime, we were up 31-21. Coach, what do you want to say about your team performance this week?
We were prepared, and the guys were excited, and went up there and laid it all out on the field. You know, the game was a momentum swing, but really we took it to them. We knew anytime you play Carson Newman's one of the better programs in the country and have been for many years. And they've got beautiful places, beautiful ride up there, seeing God's landscape through the mountains and seeing those leaves. But our guys were ready to play, which we felt like they've been just about every week. Hopefully we can continue that, and gave great effort, made a lot of great plays, just come up a little short, kind of said that last few weeks, but if they'll go out there and play hard like that for us, we'll get the mistakes corrected and get the things corrected. But we really laid it on the line.
Yeah, I don't think we had a lot of mistakes. I mean, we had 414 yards of total offense. We had 215 yards rushing. We had 199 yards through the air. So we had a great balanced attack. This is what I felt, and this was you never want to say the game comes down to the officials, but it was 34-28 with just 2 minutes to play. We scored a touchdown. We think we're going to go ahead by another 7 points, and we get that call back. That's a tough one to swallow.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the game. We had, I think we had one a pass to Robbie. They initially called it a touchdown, and then they got in conference and came under the conclusion that he didn't have control of the ball. And then I'm not sure where it was in the game. I just know it was in the second half. We had another touchdown. We had a penalty that we had a flag on a tunnel screen that we scored on. So those are things that scores that we could have had, but we didn't get them. So we still had opportunities and come up short. But they're offensively, they're a handful. Just we talked about it last week, and our guys played really hard. Offensively for us, we were making a lot of good plays and driving the ball and put that ball in the end zone and got it down there for some field goals, and had one opportunity for another field goal. We come up, just hooked it a little bit, but man, it was tight. You knew. The halftime score, I mean, they're still in their game plan. They do what they do, and what they do, you're trying to defend it and keep it from popping. And for the most part, we did do that. I think they were a little less than 5 yards of play, and they didn't have any big plays, so to speak. They did bust one 18, 19-yard run in there for a score. And we didn't fit it quite right, but it was two good football teams going at it.
They're not 5-1. They had only lost one game. I mean they were 4-0 in the conference, and right. I mean they were a good football team. We knew that we were going to have to play 4 quarters, and we did that. It's just sometimes you come in on the short end of the stick. I'm gonna go over some headlines because we got a guy, Corey, who does a great job of writing for it. This is a headline. Last couple weeks, Crusaders dropped heartbreak against Lenore Ryan. Crusaders drop heartbreak against number 17, Carson Newman. Crusaders fall a little bit short against Lenore Ryan. Crusaders can be stopped. come back being stopped by Mars Hill. So, I looked at the scores and I added them up. Coach, we only needed 18 more points, and we've been 3-0 in the last 3 weeks. You lose a game by 3 points. Last week, that's tough. We come up just a little bit short this week. So, we were right there in the games. But how do you, as a coach, get the players to just fight through that adversity? Because they played their hearts out on Saturday and should have come out with a win, just didn't. How do you get them to overcome that this next week coming up?
Well, we'll go about our business like we try to always do, and now that's easier said than done. But they've got to realize, and we have to realize, in this business, it's easy to beat yourself up and shoulda, woulda, coulda. I've been in it a long time, and I know we work very hard at it. I told the team, or we might can line up this or line up that and move you players here or there, but bottom line is bottom line. We're working at it really hard, and everybody's staying together. The players are practicing hard. We're moving into the last 3 weeks of the regular season, so they've been out there a while, and so it's our job as coaches to keep them, encouraging them, show them the things that they're doing well, get the mistakes corrected, and build on the positives. It's not something we want to do, is build on the negatives. We're teachers and mentors, and as a teacher, you want that student to be able to grade as high as he can on that test. We just don't throw the information out there and you score whatever. It has a direct impact on us. And as a coach, when you see what your team out there and you watch them on film, you have to understand that's a reflection of you, of what you're coaching them to do, even if they might not execute the way you've worked it. So you've got to be creative in how you teach it and motivate them, and just take it another step and pick out those things that they're doing good, because we're doing a lot of good. We really are, and we're not going to keep back off. We're 4-4, I guess. Last 3 weeks we've come up short, but we've seen a lot of improvement and a lot of progress. Maybe not on the one-loss column, but on the game film, we're seeing progress. We
still got a lot of young players, and I think that the way we're playing now bodes well for the rest of this season and next season too. Because every game, as a young player, you're learning.
Yeah, you are, and that's you. We talk about offense, defense, but special teams. There's a slew of guys out there that have done it this year and this year only, and they're learning each week. A big stat for us was field position in this game. I think Carson Newman was on their average field position was their 43. Ours was our 32. So there's 11 yards difference. All those hidden yardage in a game as tight as it was, as it ended up being Saturday, the hidden yardage was a big difference for us. They had more return yards, you might say. Turnovers were a wash. They had it down there going in one time. We picked it off, ran it back. That doesn't happen down there. They ended up getting a kickoff return for a long, got the ball on the 5, so those 2 plays washed out. It evened it out. They had a punt return, and then we fumbled a punt. Just some special teams plays that we got to do better and clean up. But you're right. I mean, there's never one play or one kick or one return or catch. It's a accumulation of 4 quarters, 60 minutes of football, and we just want to keep playing hard.
Yeah, and you just gotta have a good propensity to forget, because that's over and done with, and we got to move on. We got the Bulldogs of Wingate University coming in. They're 5-3 overall and 2-3 in the conference, and they're a good football team coming in.
Very good. They're very good defensively. They're very efficient offensively. Pro-style offense, give you a lot of formations. They do a great job. Very patient, you might say, offensively with what they do, and are very, very efficient. Defensively, they fly around. They're pretty darn good stat-wise, and I think so we'll have our hands full, and we're glad to be back home.
Yeah, it's good. It'd be good to be back home. They're led by their sophomore quarterback from Hickory, North Carolina, Kyle Johnson. He's thrown for over 1,500 yards. He has a QBR rating about 115 a game. It's not too shabby for a QBR rating. And then, the last week's defensive player of the week was their own Nick DiPolitano. He's a redshirt senior defensive end. He's 6'3", 255 pounds. I got a chance to watch him play at Brevard. He's a lot of mean, big, and nasty, and we're going to have to be aware of him on the offensive line. The offensive line is going to have their hands full with him this week. So how do you see this game shaping up against them?
Well, it's going to be a typical game against a South Atlantic Conference opponent, and they are well coached. They're going to be prepared to the max, and they're going to come in here, and it'll be a down to the wire ball game, and we got to have a great week of preparation in all phases, and try to improve in some areas, and go out here and be ready to lay it on the line, because it'll be a war.
Yes, sir. Well, that's going to be a 1 o'clock kickoff on Saturday, and I think I'm right about it. Isn't that a 1 o'clock? I think it's a 1 o'clock kickoff.
Orlando, it might be 2, but I'm not 100% sure. I just show up and tell me what time the game is. We hadn't got that far.
Yeah.
We're really looking at the opponent.
Yeah, but it's going to be. I think I'm pretty sure it's a 1 o'clock kickoff, and we just want, the point of the matter is we want a packed house. We want everybody here for that game. Go online and check it out, and you'll see a lot of our stats. You'll see Corey Hill always write some great game day notes. So we want everybody here on Saturday. And Coach, I want to thank you for taking your time this week.
Oh yeah, and if the game is at 2 and you get here at 1, then come on in and you can get here while we're in warm-ups. That's always good.
We got some great tailgating. I mean, the tailgate is grown out there.
Come on and work for the Crusaders.
Yeah, hot dogs out there. There's some hot dogs, really good hot dogs here at the stadium on Saturdays. So that's going to be it for us at the Coach Farrington Show for this week on the campus of North Greenville University, where Christ makes the difference. We'll see you next week.
Church closed.
No malice.
Something on me, malice.
And Lecrae.
Get pushing T. What's up, homie? Let's go.
Lord have mercy and pity on your son. From what I once was to what I have become. Forgive me for my past and the nose is left numb as I'm led down this path to the beat of a different drum.